Hi friends, my name is Nandita. I am from Andhra Pradesh.
Children, first let us discuss about earthworm. Earthworm is a reddish brown terrestrial invertebrate that inhabits the upper layer of the moist soil. During daytime, they live in burrows made up by boring and swallowing the soil. In the gardens, they can be traced by the facial deposits known as worm casting. The common Indian earthworms are Peritima and Lumbricus. Let us discuss the morphology of earthworm. Earthworms have long cylindrical body. The body is divided into more than hundreds short segments which are similar, means metameters, about 100 to 120 in number. The dorsal surface of the body is marked by a dark median mid-dorsal line and along the longitudinal axis of the body. The ventral surface is distinguished by the presence of the genital opening, means pores. The anterior end consists of the mouth and the posterior a lobe which serves as a covering for the mouth and has a wedge to force open cracks in the soil into which the earthworm may crawl. The posterium is sensory in function. The first body segment is called peristomium, means buccal segment, which contains the mouth. In mature worms, segments 14 to 16 are covered by prominent dark band of glandular tissue called luteolum. Thus, the body is divisible into three prominent regions: preluteolar, luteolar, and postluteolar segments. Four pairs of spermatical apparatus are situated on the ventrolateral sides of the intersegmental grooves, that is, 5th to 9th segments. A single of female genital pore is present in the mid-ventral line of 14th segment. A pair of male genital pores are present on the ventrolateral sides of the 18th segment. Numerous minute pores are called nephridiospores, open on the surface of the body. In each body segment except the first, last, and cilium, there are rows of shaped setae embedded in the epidermal pits in the middle of each segment. Setae can be extended or retracted. Their principal role is in locomotion. Now let us study the anatomy of earthworm. The body of the earthworm is covered externally by a thin non-cellular cuticle, below which is the epidermis, two muscle layers, means circular and longitudinal, and an innermost coulommic epithelium. The epidermis is made up of a single layer of columnar epithelial cells which contain secretory glands. The alimentary canal is straight, tube, and runs between first to last segment of the body. A terminal mouth into the buccal cavity from 1 to 3 segments which leads into muscular pharynx. A small narrow tube esophagus present between 5 to 7 segments continues into a muscular zigzag 8 to 9 segments. It helps in grinding the soil, particles, and decaying leaves, etc. The stomach extends from 9 to 14 segments. The food of the earthworm is decaying leaves and organic matter mixed with soil. Calciferous glands present in the stomach neutralize the humic acid present in humus. Intestine starts from the segments onwards and continues till the last segment. A pair of short and conical intestinal CCA project from the intestine on the 26th segment. The characteristic feature of the intestine after 26th segment, except the last 23rd and 25th segment, is the presence of internal median fold of dorsal wall called typholozole. The increases the effective area of a absorption in the intestine. The alimentary canal opens to the exterior by a small rounded apparatus called anus. The ingested organ rich soil passes through the digestive tract where digestive enzymes break down complex food into smaller absorbable units. These simpler molecules are absorbed through intestinal membrane and are utilized. Peritoneum exhibits a closed type of blood vascular system, consists of blood vessels, capillaries and heart. Due to closed blood circulatory system, blood is confined to the heart and blood vessels. Contraction keeps blood circulating in one direction. Smaller blood vessels supply the gut, nerve cord and the body wall. Blood glands are present on 4th, 5th and 6th segments. They produce blood cells and hemoglobin which is dissolved in blood plasma. Blood cells are phagocytic in nature. Earthworms lack specialized breathing devices. Respiratory exchange occurs through the moist surface into their bloodstream. The excrete organs occur segmentally arranged coiled tubules called nephridia. These nephridia are three types. These are septal nephridia present on both sides of the intersegmental septa of segment 15 to the last that opens into intestine. Integumentary nephridia attached to lining of the body wall, segment third to last that opens on the body surface, and pharyngeal nephridia present as the third pair stuff in the 4th, 5th, 6th segments. These different types of nephridia are basically similar in structure. Nephridia regulate the volume and composition of the body fluids. A nephridium starts out as a funnel that collects excess fluid from a coulombic chamber. The funnel connects with a tubular part of the nephridium which delivers the waste through a pore to the surface in the body wall into the digestive tube. Nerve system is basically represented by a ganglia arranged segment wise on the ventral paired nerve cord. The nerve cord in the anterior region, 3rd and 4th segments, bifurcates laterally and circling the pharynx and joins the cerebral ganglia dorsally to form a nerve ring. The cerebral ganglia along with the other nerves in the ring integrate sensory input as well as command muscular response of the body. Sensory does not have eyes but do possess light and touch sensitive organs to distinguish the light in intensities and to feel the vibrations in the ground. Worms have specialized chemoreceptors, means taste receptors, which react to chemical stimuli. These sense organs are located in the anterior part of the worm. Earthworm is hermaphrodite, means bisexual, that is, testes and ovaries are present in the same individual. There are two pairs of testes in the 10th and 11th segments. There was a differentia run up to the 18th segment where they join the prostatic duct. Two pairs of accessory glands are present, one pair each in the 17th and 19th segments. The common prostate and spermatic duct opens to the anterior by a pair of male genital pore on the ventral lateral side of the 18th segment. Four pairs of spermataceae are located in 6th and 9th segments, means one pair in each segment. They receive and store spermatozoa during copulation. One pair of ovaries is attached to the internal segmental septum of the 12th and 13th segments. Ovarian funnels are present beneath the ovaries, which continue into oviduct, joined together and open on the ventral side, has a single median female genital pore on the 14th segment. A mutual exchange of sperms occur between two worms during mating. One worm has to find another worm and they mate opposite gonadal openings, exchanging packets of sperms called spermatospores. Mature sperms and egg cells or nutritive fluid are deposited in cocoons produced by the gland cells of Ciliellum. Fertilization and development occurs within the cocoons which are deposited in the soil. The ova are fertilized by the sperm cells within the cocoon, which then slips off the worms. It is deposited in or on the soil. The cocoons holds the worms embryos. After about 3 weeks, each cocoon produces 2 to 20 baby worms with an average of 4. Development of earthworm is directed, that is, there is no larva formed. Earthworms are known as friends for farmers because they make burrows in the soil and make it porous, which helps in respiration and penetration of the developing plant roots. The process of increasing fertility of soil by earthworms is called vermicomposting. They are also used as baiting in game fishing. Thank you.